Hello, everybody, and welcome to a live pixel look at our podcast. Hello. So we're here. We're actually here doing a podcast. We're going to start off by obviously introducing everybody, but we're doing a podcast here from now on about random stuff. We hope you guys like it. If you don't, then I don't know what to tell you.
So, well, then again, it's not necessarily just random stuff. It's also stuff that's going on in the game world right now.
Yeah.
Things that you could possibly be interested. I mean, we're trying to avoid the super duper watered down content that is, blank of Warfare, etc. 3.9.
Man, I love that game. That's my favorite one.
No, you're playing 3.8.
Oh.
But it's a lot of the titles that are really popular that need a lot of talking about too.
I see. So first off, we're going to introduce everybody. We'll go ahead and start off with Ghost. Ghost, who are you and what do you do?
I am Ghost. In the real life, some people call me Jordan Caudle. I'm a broadcaster for LivePixel, and I'm going to be doing the podcast as well. Play a lot of Minecraft, other things.
Cool. Awesome. Sleeper, what about you? Who are you? And what do you do?
I don't. Holy crap. This is why you don't watch your video at the same time. Let me mute the audio. Anyhow,
So go ahead.
I'm Sleeper. I'm a broadcaster. I'm the podcast person who's probably going to be doing this. Did a lot of community work in the past. Play a shit ton of games and really want to get a lot of first looks and, make sure we keep you guys involved in what we're doing.
Cool. Matt, who are you?
I am Matt. Matt Pascal, as some people might call me. That's what I am on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. I've got to hit up those social media links. Got to make it big. I like video games. Video games are pretty great.
Awesome.
I'm a fan.
You're a fan of video games. All right. Cool.
Yeah.
Ooh, I don't think we're going to get along very well.
And so,
We could go back to talking about Dog the Bounty Hunter.
I
mean,
see.
that's an option that I'm going to leave
It is.
forever open.
It is. So
Over the
I'm
Pond argues American TV.
I'm Justin Lowe, also known as Sato. You can follow me at Zarak on Twitter if you feel like that's what you want to do. If not, then you can follow me elsewhere. See what I do. Done Darth Vader before and before this, and done community work with
I
Sleeper in the
thought I
past.
knew where you came from.
Yeah.
Never heard of you.
Can I have
Never.
a
Yeah.
question?
Sure.
What happened to your hair?
It went away. It folded up and retreated and submitted. It surrendered. Basically, that's what I'm trying to say.
Waiting to make its next attack.
I'm not sure how I feel about this.
Yeah, I know. It all went away.
You didn't
He's
warn
going
me
for the
about
Lex
this.
Luthor look.
Yeah, I've gone bald apparently since the last time that you saw me. So yeah,
Yeah,
it sucks.
Yeah, that is. Why? Don't do that.
I don't know what to say. Like it just
You look
happened.
like you're about to hurt me.
I'm not about to.
You're going Breaking Bad on him.
Yeah.
Oh, don't do that. I hate Breaking
Yeah.
Bad. It's an awful show.
What?
I will
What?
punch you in the face. With
Yeah, I'm just throwing it
prosecutors.
out there. I'm throwing it out there. Just letting it like. Oh.
Just front loading the hate already.
You're just
I see.
trying to give the reason why you think I don't like you to begin with.
Yeah.
Exactly. Let's go at it. I'll fight you. You going to PAX? I'll fight you at PAX.
Bring it.
I'm
So-
actually not going to PAX.
Nice. So
Where do
we
you
have
lie?
we have some stuff to talk about today. Getting the podcast on track because we have to be on track. So first off, we got a new streamer by the name of Potter XD from Denmark. He's going to stream a lot of tech stuff, specifically on Minecraft. So if you're a fan of Minecraft and you like that stuff, watch out for his stuff coming in here shortly.
Yep, him and Zoidberg are getting real friendly down there in TeamSpeak. Hopefully, we'll be able to stream some of that tonight, some Tekkit gameplay, because both of those guys are just so knowledgeable about that. And I should probably look into the
Tekkit
camera.
gurus.
Yeah,
Well, it's hard to stare at your camera while you're talking.
no,
I
I'm
don't
just staring
blame
down
you
at
for
my desk.
Yeah,
New
but
at
the
this.
Tekkit
Stop yelling at me.
gurus. I mean, Minecraft is a huge thing right now, especially when they start involving more mods, more just different changes in Tekkit. I mean, when I played from original to Tekkit, it's a completely different game. I mean, I'm completely lost on the fact that you can do whatever you want now. And we have Zoidberg and now Potter to help us lead the way.
It's funny, with Tekkit, there's so much stuff that servers actually ban some of the things you can do.
Nice.
Like, just too much.
Nice. So we'll have some stuff on that coming soon, but this week we have a bunch of stuff to talk about as far as game news is concerned. We chose some stuff that we actually care about, and we're going to be talking a little bit about some of that stuff. So the first off, DayZ is getting a standalone game. I don't know if any of you have heard. It's the War Z, or right?
No,
that's a different one.
Absolutely not. No.
Wait, what?
Okay,
I have
so
not heard about this.
DayZ is the zombie mod for Arma 2. It's extremely popular. I'm pulling it up right here. So Rocket, the creator of DayZ, has been talking about that, possibly they're going to be having like an Arma 3 mod of DayZ. But because of just the huge boost in popularity DayZ has gotten, I think they have like 1 million unique players now. They're going to be doing a standalone game rather than basing it off of Arma 3, which is just the game is so addicting.
Oh yeah, dude, DayZ, I played the hell out of that game. The funny thing about that is when Rocket was talking about DayZ, the DayZ mod. If you haven't seen DayZ mod, it's dayzmod.com, I believe. Like Ghost said, it's a mod to Arma, and Arma 2 actually sold more copies in 2 weeks by. What the hell was that?
Me and Rocket are like best friends.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
is that
just-
what that
yeah.
was?
Yeah, we're just chilling, just hanging out in front of DayZ at Res in Brighton. He's got that shirt that says "Anyone in Cherno?" ? It's pretty good.
But anyways, yeah. What came out was that DayZ actually, when that came out, Arma 2 sold more copies in 2 weeks than it did in the lifespan of Arma 2.
I actually got some numbers on this because at Res, the game shows this out. I asked him, he was talking about like Bohemia Interactive is like, it was in the millions. They sold million, like, I think it was $10 million
Wow.
worth of sales. It was a lot.
That's insane.
And,
Well, when you think about it, if they sold $1 million worth of sales, and DayZ, when they hit 1 million users themselves, 1 million users times what, $30 a game right now, that generated a shit ton of money, as a lot of people call it.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
would call it a shit ton of money.
yeah, we'll see what happens with their standalone game. I think I'm most interested in the fact that they're obviously doing a standalone game, and we'll see what becomes of that. Arma 2
the
is
best thing they can do.
yeah
Because the worst part of DayZ right now is everything but the gameplay.
yeah
Downloading the client, getting into the game, trying to find your friend, trying to get in the same server as your friend. It's just, the whole thing is just, even for modding, even as someone who's comfortable with modding their games, it's an uphill battle.
yeah. It's like it's definitely every time you have to actually deal with the Arma 2 side of the game being the actual game
Oh,
that it's
yeah.
based on. It's like
The
wow.
people who've actually managed to get past the hurdles, though, when you're talking about hitting that 1 million user mark, that's 1 million people actually made past what is the death trap it is to actually start DayZ. But once you're in it and you're actually in a server and you have your friends to play with, you'd be amazed how fast time flies when you're playing that game.
It is a truly unique experience, like nothing I've ever played before.
Yeah, and for that, that's part of the reason why it obviously attracted so many people. So, we'll look forward to seeing the full game once it actually comes out. I know we all enjoyed it, playing it here. So we'll look forward to actually being able to play the standalone version and seeing what that entails.
Yeah, just a question here. Has anyone actually played Arma 2?
Yes,
Like the
Arma
game?
2. Arma 2 is
Never
a
played it.
decent shooter. It's a decent game. It's a decent military. If you want to fly the planes, you want to do the helicopters. It's a decent game. I mean, you got to give Arma 2 a chance.
Yeah, I mean, especially if you already own it. So, like, if you already own it,
I
then why
have
not?
it and the expansion. Never played it.
Don't
Me neither.
rename your Arma files to DayZ.
Yeah. So
You
speaking
try
of,
and stop me.
speaking on this whole trend, the DayZ it now has a competitor in the market, or at least one that's kind of riffing exactly what they're doing with the game. In the War Z. So, Ghost, why don't you explain some of that?
Okay, so this game kind of popped up on my radar a few weeks ago. I think Gamebreaker covered it. It's an MMO. It's called the War Z, and they call it the first zombie MMO. And essentially, it's DayZ. Seems like it's more sort of first person, more actiony. Like DayZ is really slow, but the War Z seems to be sort of more quicker pace, like more action, and it has sort of RPG elements built in there. So I mean, I'm gonna definitely try it out just because of DayZ. I mean, I don't want to be like a traitor or anything, but it's definitely something I wanna check out because I don't even know who's developing it, to be honest, but
Hammer One or something, I think.
Well, what do you guys think of other games taking that idea and trying to monopolize it and making it into an MMO? Like, does that stuff
Blizzard,
even work?
Blizzard Entertainment.
Yeah.
Huh?
Well, hold on.
what?
Are they trying to monopolize the idea?
Well, yeah, everybody's starting to come out with zombie MMOs now.
That's fine.
You see that
though.
everywhere.
Like, competition is the best thing for us as
Well,
people who like to
competition
play
is
these
the
games.
best thing for the zombie genre and everything. You haven't actually had a good zombie MMO except for DayZ, which really isn't an MMO. Neither is War Z. But War Z, I'm looking at it. If you look at the screenshots, it's really damn similar to DayZ.
That's fine. Like, the
Yeah.
better game will succeed.
Yeah.
Have at it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm still gonna play it. I'm not saying I'm not. I'll
This
probably
site
pre-order,
looks
get into the
incredibly
closed beta,
suspect,
and I will
though.
probably play it.
Yeah.
It's just the super similarities. I'm going, oh, all right, fine. Go for it, guys.
Yeah, I mean, well, I guess we'll have to see what happens with it. I mean, it's too hard to tell exactly right now some of the specifics on the War Z, but I mean, it looks like it has a better engine than Arma 2. We can say that much.
I don't know. That website looks incredibly
Yeah.
suspect to me.
Oh, I mean, I mean, DayZ is. I loved taking like 13 seconds to equip an item. It's cool. Arma 2 engine's cool.
Uh-huh.
I see no problem here.
I don't know. I think the Arma 2 engine actually gives DayZ a lot of the stuff that makes it special, because it isn't always about, fighting zombies or other people. It's like genuinely trying to survive, trying to find water, trying to find food. And stuff, the fact that the Arma 2 engine takes into account, like, changing your... Like, the amount of times I've died from just changing my weapon, I kind of like that. It's fucking really hard. You have to... It's a challenge to survive. If they make it too easy, it might lose what makes DayZ special, and they might miss exactly what they're trying to capitalize on.
And that's what I was gonna.
I'm with. Oh, go ahead, Soto.
That's what I was gonna mention. That, like, part of the reason why I think DayZ has been so successful, at least in part right now, is because of the fact that the game is so jank to even play, to the point where it makes it scary just by the fact that it takes so long to actually do things. It takes so long to actually get things done. That with a new and better engine, maybe it loses a lot of its scariness. You were gonna say something, Sleeper?
Well, I mean, it's the learning curve. That's why I like that game so much to begin with, is because the learning curve is so strict. And you want to play with friends, but you also have to realize you can't trust anyone. I mean, hopefully you can trust your friends that you're playing with on Vent or TeamSpeak, but there's also being able to band with players inside of the current game. Now, I've done that before, and I've also seen my brother do it, watching him, and then watching him get assassinated in the back of the head with a Lee Enfield. But, I mean, the risk versus reward is there. You have to either, do you choose to kill this guy? Yes, then you get his stuff, or do you team up with him? So hopefully the risk versus reward system stays in, and they don't change it. Don't cave. Don't go to, I'm tired of dying and losing all of my stuff. Well, you died and lost all your stuff because you weren't playing smart. Or, don't get me wrong, the current alpha, you can die from a lot of stupid reasons, but at the same time, it's expected. I'm glad that they made the change where you no longer spawn with a gun.
Yeah.
Matt, you were on the pipe in there.
I'm curious. Out of you guys, how do you guys play DayZ? Do you go in and you try to make friends whoever you can find, or do you go straight bandit, even though bandits aren't in the game anymore? Do you do that route, or like, what's up?
We always go bandit.
Yeah, we go bandit, and we're always together on TeamSpeak. So it's always bandit, getting your items, trying to get a car.
Yep.
And a hoops.
I'm with you with that 100%. First thing I did
You first
when I
start
got
out,
the game.
you grab yourself a bike.
Yep, exactly. So it's like always like, hey, we finally got together now. As soon as we see somebody, it's time to kill them, or we hear like gunfire in the distance, and then we go and then find them and kill them. So that's what we end up doing. So,
Yeah.
I can get behind that.
yeah.
DayZ's really the kind of game that can test your friendship with people, just for the fact that it takes so long to get items. And I know several times I've died with Sleeper, just getting so frustrated, but
Just
in the end, it's
raging,
all...
and then I get mad.
Get in
and
a
I end up
car,
running
then it
people
blows.
over in a car for a while.
spending 2 hours building a car, and then 10 minutes later we
Don't
go
even
over
talk
a
about that
bridge and it just
incident.
blows up for no reason.
What did we do? Spend about 4 hours, 3 hours repairing a Jeep one of the big tanker trucks, and then we finally got it fixed up, and this thing's awesome. We're just rolling down the road. And then I ran over a bridge. That was fine. And then we go up to this like deserted town, and my bumper gets stuck on like a tire, and then I back up and the whole fucking thing explodes, and there goes 4 hours of work.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
It just seems
And
like,
what
you
do
know,
do?
the stories...
You respawn and you just keep going.
Yeah.
Yep.
It just seems that the stories themselves about, like, surrounding DayZ, about, like, you know, friends telling you about, like, different things that they discovered or different things that they did are, like, the primary thing that drives or has drove the success of DayZ, and just the fact about, like, the different things that you can do, and the fact that it's so hard, and the fact that the game is so janky that it makes some of these explanations so, you know, interesting to even hear, because it's so hard to even get to that point that, like, once you get like a Lee Enfield or you get something serious as a weapon, like at that point it becomes a little bit more interesting to hear about from a friend standpoint. Kind of want to, you know, one up your friends and figure out a way to get, you know, further in the game as you go along.
Hey guys, look at my Lee Enfield, and you're in the middle of a town. Oh, what was this? Oh yeah, the reason last time Ghost decided to rage and we all got pissed off was because so we teamed up. There was a random guy.
Oh god, here
and
we go.
yes, we teamed up with him. We got him on TeamSpeak or Vent, wherever the hell we were using. He got on that, and we started rolling around. You know, we had 3 vehicles. We're chilling. We're going through town to town. Guess who gets a Lee Enfield and then randomly fires it inside of a convenience store?
Don't do that.
Boom! All right, Ghost dies. This other guy dies. I almost died. And yeah.
Nice.
But was it awesome? Oh, of course, dude. It was a blast. Except for the raging event that happened for about 2 hours.
Yeah.
So these last couple of weeks also, we've had a bunch of stuff being talked about. Just Cause 2 multiplayer mod test that went on. That Pascal
That went
already.
on. You mean that's going on now?
Yeah. That apparently
it's
1,500
awesome.
plus people are in the
yeah.
game. So
I love that game. That game is the
If
best
you play
game.
Just Cause 2 is pretty much do whatever you want. Zipline, guns, vehicles, planes, helicopters, but it's only single player. Somebody who's actually developing a mod, jc-mp.com, actually, they created something where you can actually have over 1,500 people in the server, and there's a beta test going on right now. Until tomorrow, they got a 48-hour test. That if you do have Just Cause 2, I highly suggest you log on to it because it's a blast.
I felt for sure that this mod was dead because like they released a video a while ago. It might have been over a year, like a while ago, and I was like, man, I can't wait for this to come out because Just Cause 2 is fucking amazing. I love that game. And then it went quiet for ages, and then they came back out. And the cool thing is, when they came back out recently, they actually had stuff to show. It's like, look, download it, go play, it works. Like we figured it out, and it's amazing. I love Just Cause 2, and it was so upsetting that the game didn't have multiplayer because at every opportunity you're thinking to yourself, man, if this had multiplayer, this would pretty much be the best game ever made. And now it does, and I can't wait.
yeah, I mean, we'll have to see exactly what ends up happening within the next couple of weeks. Have any of you guys had a chance to actually play it though yet?
I played it earlier today. I played it for about 2 hours.
I played it for like... What happened? I joined the server, and then I kept getting put in the first story mission where I had to parachute down and catch a guy, but he wasn't there.
Wow, you actually bugged out. Yeah. Usually
Yeah.
when you start and you hit start game, you start parachuting down, but then all of a sudden it teleports you into the multiplayer area. And then once you're there, that's when you walk out there and you see like 40 people trying to hop into vehicles with getting blown up by rocket launchers and shit. So you just kind of get out of the area as fast as possible. But once you're out in the open world, I mean, never do you not see someone.
So many
Yeah.
people just flying around like flying
Yeah,
squirrels.
it's intense. There's like probably 50 people on your screen. All you see are vehicles and airplanes and helicopters just flying over. And, you know, if you play Just Cause, you can do your grappling hook on the helicopter, but it's really interesting to see one person flying a helicopter and about 20 people grappling hooked underneath it. So everyone is swinging around on the bottom.
So I mean, it seems pretty cool, like a cool idea. I mean, you know, 1,500 plus users in a single server seems like magic to me, because that doesn't really seem like that's even feasible from a standpoint of like what they actually.
It doesn't lag. That's the weird thing too. I didn't experience any lag at all. Zero.
Yeah, I mean, that's part of the reason why I say that it's like it feels like it's just magic. I mean, but then again, I mean, maybe people that are only around each other they have to like communicate with, and they just kind of. People who are out, you know, further away from other people, you don't really have to be communicated with.
Or maybe the server's hosted where that nice Google internet's located.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Kansas.
I think that's actually where it's
Yeah,
at. Or
Kansas.
Arkansas. I don't remember where it's at.
Yeah, I can't. Wherever that Google Internet pipe is, that's where it is. Sure.
I want that pipe.
So then we also had Guild
Can we
Wars 2.
consolidate that audio, please?
Yeah. So then we also had Guild Wars 2
Go for it.
in August on the 28th. It's coming out. If you're a fan of Guild Wars 2 or are excited about it, you already know that it's coming out on the 28th of August. So it's coming out. Anybody here really looking forward to Guild Wars 2? I'm not, so I'll just stay.
I am, and you're dumb.
I see.
Like,
Good answer. I'm looking forward to it. I played the beta quite a lot, and I really like it. I think it's doing a lot of things. It's the biggest step in terms of progressing the MMO genre I think I've seen since World of Warcraft.
yeah, I mean, it's the compat. I mean, it's not reinventing the wheel, but it's not like where SWTOR was like, oh yeah, it's new MMO, and then it's WoW and space with dialogue that you'll skip.
Oh, that's a bit too harsh. That's a bit too harsh.
I don't care, dude. I was in the beta for 6 months, and then I
Yeah,
get
so
into the
was
game.
I.
I'm like,
I went to
Oh.
a fucking developer session in London to talk to dudes with it, and they paid me
About-
£60
About
to tell
what?
them
Guild
about
Wars or Tor? I'm
No,
stuck. What are we
Tor.
talking about?
the tour. And I went, and they gave me money to tell them that, hey, I think your game's alright. It's probably going to do alright. And they're like, alright, sweet. Thanks.
Great marketing department there.
Yeah.
For Guild Wars 2, I mean, I've played in all the beta weekends and some of the stress tests, and like every time I try out a new class, and there's not a class that I don't just find like totally unique and really good. And like I don't say that about MMOs. I don't really like, oh, with 5 unique classes, everybody. No, with Guild Wars 2, everything feels so different just because the whole dodging system as well as like the ability queuing, which apparently Sato doesn't like.
I hate
Oh,
the ability
No
queuing.
ability queuing.
I
Hey, we
don't
played
know.
Raiders, all right? You know what? Raiders has it now, so expect to see that in the mainstream.
Yeah, I know.
Ugh.
Yeah, I think for me, the ability queuing and also the art style of the game just doesn't appeal to me. Like the way that the game feels like you're kind of pushing through mud in order to actually, fight something. For me, doesn't click, especially when it comes to like roguey characters. Like that's understandable for like casters and other ranged characters for it to feel like that. But for something like a rogue or something that is direct, feedback, like hit and then feedback sort of deal. For them, it just feels weird to me. So I don't know.
I haven't had that issue.
I already pre-purchased the game, so of course I'm going to play it. But I also did play the beta of it. I mean, I'll play it mainly because I already bought it a couple months ago. But I'll play it. I mean, what am I not going to play it? It's coming out. I mean, yes, I will play it. It's hit or miss whenever I play it. I mean, I had fun. The really fun part I had was World v World, and when you get the really awesome, epic battle system for the events. I mean, the random events like, oh, collect all these apples for everybody. They really need them. Make it for Miss Peach's pie.
Those apples
That's
are
so
delicious.
That kind of got annoying because you'd have to sit there and just kind of get over and over. Hopefully that you level up so you can go to the next area. That kind of got old really quick. But once you got to the final epic fight, that was really cool. So more than likely, I'll play it. I didn't find any class that was very similar to each other, but I kept swapping classes because I kept getting my ass kicked in PvP.
So it's funny. I mean, they're okay. So Guild Wars 2 obviously is free to play after you purchase the box, as it is currently. But then we also have a bunch of other free to play games that are coming out in the next couple months or weeks or whatever, such as
the
like
Old Republic.
Yeah, nice.
Boom!
Yeah, exactly. But then on top of that, we also have like games like PlanetSide 2, which I know I think a lot of us are excited about. Any thoughts on PlanetSide 2 from any of you?
I've never played PlanetSide. Sleeper's super excited, so I'm just
Where's
taking his word
the
for
second
it.
side of the first planet? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Matt, anything from you on PlanetSide 2?
I've never played the original PlanetSide. I'm looking forward to PlanetSide 2, the stuff I've heard, but I don't really know much about it. I've been playing Dust 514, which kind of seems like a similar thing. Kind of. It's got guns.
Yeah,
Right?
it's got guns. Yeah.
Similar.
Sadie, you want to tag team this?
Yeah, sure. I mean, for me, I mean, PlanetSide 1 was a huge deal. I think that PlanetSide 1 was probably one of my favorite games for quite some time until they ended up changing a lot of the ways that the game actually worked. Like right before the release of the game, they kind of
Come on, robots.
No,
So
well,
then
the
they released
BFRs,
their
yeah,
NGE equivalent to
Yeah.
PlanetSide.
Oh,
yeah, exactly.
Great.
that really killed it for me. PlanetSide 1, I played the hell out of that game.
Yeah.
I mean, it was the first actual MMO FPS that you could actually have,
That was good because there are other
Yeah.
MMO FPSs out there like Endless Ages, but it was terrible.
yeah. But you're looking at, for at the time, what was it? Maybe 200, 250, 300 people for a server in an area they could actually handle, and then, defending bases, attacking bases. That wasn't heard of at the time, and that turned into a lot of fun. So PlanetSide 2 with the, quote, 2,500 plus possibility in the battlefield, I cannot wait for that at all.
Yeah,
I mean, I keep looking up all the videos and everything, and now with Smedley saying the beta test has started, I can't wait for that.
yeah. I mean, it'll be interesting to see what it turns out like, long term. Because again, like what we said, we're kind of all excited to get in the beta. Obviously, there's an NDA, so even if we were in beta, we couldn't really even comment on it. So, it's not really for us to really say right now. But we're excited, obviously, for the game, and are looking forward to it. As far as it being free to play, it makes it a little bit more enticing for us to get in there. So,
I didn't expect the free-to-play model to actually be slated on a game that had that kind of graphics and that kind of massive combat.
Yeah.
Did you guys? I mean,
didn't-
free-to-play, for what I understand, free-to-play as in you don't buy the client, you play it.
yeah.
And then
Yeah.
after that, you can buy skins and, I don't know, guns and skins for your guns. And, what there is currently, they have XP boosters for other games. I'm assuming that's going to be in there, and reputation, if that's going to be in there. However it's going to be handled. But a game of that caliber to actually be free, hey, log in, play whenever you want, that's going to be insane. Everyone is going to be playing this.
I don't know. I feel like, especially in this year, free to play is just basically everybody's okay with that now. Nobody says free to play and be like, oh, really? Free to play? You want to go play, I don't know, some shitty WoW clone? Like, free to play now isn't looked down upon. Well, not as much. It's getting to the point where free to play is totally legitimate.
Yeah, I mean, and I
Well-
think PlanetSide 2 is like the first time for me where I see free to play as a real possibility, just because of the fact that, again, you're dealing with a game that has quite a substantial looking engine. It's not like it was built on, let's say, the Game Bro engine, like with 5 people working on it, kind of looks. So
8-bit pixel live.
yeah, exactly. So yes.
Yeah, I didn't
But
learn until like a few weeks ago, and Sleeper's been telling me about PlanetSide 2 for months because he's been super excited that it was free to play. Like when you first look at it, like when I saw that, I was thinking, oh, well, yeah, I'm probably gonna have to subscription because PlanetSide 1 was pay to play, wasn't it?
PlanetSide 1 is still pay to play.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it's still,
Has
yeah,
there,
it's
has there
still-
been any games right now? I mean, you see a lot of games that are going from pay to play model to a freemium service, which means that you can go free to play, but you lose access to this and this and this, or you can go to this paid version. But you also had to, at damn near every time, initially buy the client to begin with. But I think that PlanetSide 2 is actually be the first game that you do not buy the client. You just play.
Yeah.
I don't know.
EverQuest
Do you
is,
not think
EverQuest
games
is now
like
at that model.
Tribes or Blacklight? Do you not think those games look like they could be paid for games, but they're not?
yeah,
I feel like those games
Oh,
look
they
just
do,
as good.
definitely.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, they definitely are. But the thing I'm looking at is the massive multiplayer scale where actually users cannot host their own games at all. You have to play on you have to play on servers that, I can't even imagine the server cost for these things.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
there's like an inherent subscription cost along with a lot of these games, and so for that to not have to have it seems a little bit out of the mold than it would otherwise be.
I think
and
that they just see the writing on the wall as far as trying to charge a subscription goes nowadays. Like, if Tor can't do it, no one can. Like, subscriptions are done.
Yeah, that's what I feel like too.
Same.
People were
I gotta agree
saying
with
that SWTOR was the last chance for a pay-to-play subscription
You
model.
have the most popular IP in the world with one of the biggest publishers in the world by one of the most beloved, well, overall beloved developers of the world, and they can't do it. Sorry, guys, subscriptions aren't working.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll see what happens with free to play in the future. Again, it's always a weird balance for me because once they get into like boosters and different things like that, and once they start going a little bit further into sort of the free to play route, when it becomes a little bit more pay to win, I start to sort of worry. And we've already
bits I really hate about free to play games is when they say like, oh, you can earn it through, you can pay for earn it, and you can just earn it. But what they don't say, or what it turns out to be a lot of the time, is like, yeah, you can just earn it if you want to put 24 hours into getting this thing, which should only really take an hour if this was an actual game that you paid for up front. And if they can sort out the balance between that, that's the most important thing to me.
Yeah, so when it becomes more about the grind, versus paying money, it's just about making sure that grind is not too big, and with modern games, I feel like
I remember that I heard somewhere of, I think it was Smedley who was confirming the fact that yes, there is going to be pay items. You can actually buy guns, etc. That in the end, a person who hasn't bought a single thing will only be 20% less powerful than the person who bought everything that they wanted. Which, when you think about it, that's a 1v1 aspect, 20% chance that, your skill factor has to be in place because it is an FPS.
So they are selling items that do have bonuses, like bonuses that will help you kill another dude.
Are they?
Is that what you're saying?
No. I mean, like, I think maybe.
Then what do you mean by that? They'd only be 20% more powerful.
This gun that you can buy has like 2 more damage than the gun that you can earn.
That's a slippery slope that they've even started to do that.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah, and
I don't think you should even touch that. I don't care if it's 1 more damage. I don't think you should sell items that are better than the default in the game.
Yeah,
I don't think you should eat. And the fact that it hasn't even launched yet, and they're already saying they're going to do that. What are they, and maybe it doesn't go so well. I don't think that's a slippery slope.
Yeah, I'm with Pascal on this one.
No, so am I.
Yeah,
because
I think
you
it should
turn down to the
stick
pay-to-win factor to it.
To vanity items, just because playing APB, I get so frustrated at that game with the premium guns. Like, I cannot play that game anymore, and I loved it. And they switched
APB
over
is
to
100% pay-to-win.
You loved APB? I don't think I've ever heard those words before.
Oh, APB was amazing before it
got shut down. What?
I was in the top 10 for a little while.
This is a world gone topsy-turvy.
It's cool.
A topsy-turvy reference?
Yep. So we also have some other news here. MGS4 is finally getting trophies, according to wow. How is that news?
I just wanted to put that in there because I love Metal Gear.
Didn't you get so pissed off playing Metal Gear Solid 4 and there were no trophies in it at all?
No,
I loved Metal Gear Solid 4.
Because Metal Gear Solid 4 is so damn long. I tried playing through that again. I couldn't do it. The game is so damn long. It's like playing Grand Theft Auto 4 again.
Well, if you skip like the 2-hour cutscenes.
You can't skip the cutscenes though.
Yeah, you can.
Well, no. I mean, you can't skip the cutscenes. Come on, that's what. See what the different inflection imposes.
I see what you did.
I wasn't saying no. You can't skip them. I was saying no.
The biggest thing I remember about Metal Gear Solid 4 was Solid Snake's shiny ass. His leathery, shiny ass, just forever.
I know. I've completed that game 3 times, and that's never been a thing for me. I'm just saying.
Really?
Yeah.
I never noticed it. I'm sorry. The shiny, gleaming ass blink.
That's fine. You do what you want, but don't try and force it onto the game.
All right, fine.
I'm behind you, 100%.
I mean, maybe
you're always crouching in these weird ways, or like sneaking where you're right up the dude's butt, and
turned on.
Yeah.
When you click the analog stick up a little bit.
Like, I'm gonna get you, Genome Soldier. Right?
Yep.
Solid Snake's coming after you.
Liquid.
Yep. So, exactly.
Am I the only person who cried during Metal Gear Solid 4?
I thought it was definitely impactful. I thought Metal Gear Solid 4 was awesome. The
weirdest part was I've completed that game twice, and then the third time I get to the end again. Are we good on spoilers? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're gonna.
no,
If
don't
you
wanna
haven't played
He
Metal
takes
Gear
his
Solid
shirt
I don't
off.
want
Five
to.
at
I don't
this
want to
point-
spoil it. People will constantly be playing games, and with the trophy, maybe they'll go back for it. I don't want to say it, but they got to the end, and something happens, and then I completed this game twice already. I know what's going to happen, and it's just like, and don't do that.
Ah.
Why did you do that?
You know,
I
except
don't
that,
remember. Hold on. I don't
except that
remember.
Otacon could have just brought the Mark II through the
Yeah.
microwave machine.
Oh,
you know.
that part,
Yeah. The part where he
Where-
cooks
where
himself.
Solid Snake just runs through a microwave for the most part.
He's
Yep.
like, wait, you could have just walked up there by yourself and deactivated the thing.
But-
That's no fun.
How
that-
many of your guys' arms hurt by pressing circle so damn much?
For somebody, for a game that's so dependent on tech, I mean, it almost seems like that's that like Fallout 3 moment for me, where you can't send in the guy that's immune to radiation.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I was only able to play about 15 minutes of Fallout before I fucking threw my keyboard because I didn't understand what to do.
So here's the question about these trophies: are they retroactive?
What?
Are they
Are they
retroactive so that you don't have to run,
Means.
so that you don't have to run through the game again? Do you get them if you've already beat it?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think
Because-
you have to go through the game again.
On my second playthrough, in one playthrough, I did the don't kill anybody and don't get seen. So I got the bandana and the stealth outfit in one playthrough. And if I don't, if those are trophies, I'm not doing that again.
Well, I did that too. I think is there like an in-game achievement system, or is it just you have that on your save?
I guess it's just part of the save. You know what? Maybe they could do
I'm
that
not
because the Metal
sure.
Gear Solid database read your save file to unlock further parts in the story. So they could totally read the save file. There's precedent for that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It
That
doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't seem like this is a limitation by the save files being the way that they were, and having to put those in. But if that's the way it is, and that's the way it is, I don't really.
I mean, I'm going to be playing through it again.
I'll probably
either
play through it
way,
again.
So,
Yeah, I mean,
I have too many games to play through old games.
dude, that Steam sale screwed me over. I have too
Not
much to
even
play.
Steam sale. Just I'm looking at my Xbox games right now. Oh my god, look how many. Oh, Beowulf is on the top. Why is Beowulf on the top? Oh god. Alan Wake. Oh, I don't want to look at it. There's loads. There's too many games. I've got a Gizmondo here as well. I've got to crack into this at some point, right?
yeah, you do.
Oh,
A
wow.
Gizmondo.
Yeah,
What is-
I got a fucking Gizmondo. Come at me.
What is that?
Nobody knows
Like,
what that is
Where-
except for
where do I
me.
start? Ugh.
It looks like some sort of Kickstarter campaign.
Oh,
Yep.
it's worse. Worse
It's
than
like a
Kickstarter.
bad Ouya.
Oh god.
that the
So,
box
you
the
know, you know
Wii
the
U
story of the
comes in?
Gizmondo, right? You got
Yeah.
to know the story of the Gizmondo.
like
a
right?
Game Boy
You
Advance.
explain it while I show it off.
It was a really bad product. There you go. That describes it.
Is the screen in color, or is that like a calculator?
It could
No,
play
it's-
other games like old NES games
Sticky
and
balls.
yeah, and a bunch of other things. Yeah,
So it
but
was
nobody.
a device made by Tiger Telematics, mainly for the UK. I think entirely for the UK. And then it got this weird story where the CEO
Crashed a
rented
Ferrari
he
or
had
whatever.
crashed a Ferrari Enzo that didn't turn out to be his, and he had ties to the Swedish mafia, and it became this crazy story, and this thing never saw the light of day, or barely, and I just wanted to have one because it's such a crazy, awful, horrible device with an insane backstory that I felt like I should own.
Like a piece of history.
Yeah, it's got a VGA camera on the back. It's such badly designed. The fucking things stick out. Awful. It's awful. But I paid £20 for it, so
That's
alright.
great. So
Yeah.
it all comes around in the end.
Sorry, I kind of got a little off track there. Somebody sent me a message on the Just Cause 2 multiplayer who's watching the stream, and I was like, what the hell?
Oh, cool.
Somebody found me!
So we also had some new console news has been coming out these last couple of weeks. Over the last 3 or 4 weeks, it's been kind of hot on the new console talk. So wanted to discuss that a little bit with you guys. So first off, how do you think this console generation went? Does that affect your purchasing of future consoles? Like, will you be hardware specific with some manufacturer, or will you just buy them all?
Well,
Basically, look at the computer you bought in 2005, and that's the console you're going to be buying. I'm sorry. I'll end up buying the PlayStation 4 or whatever the hell it's going to be called, but when it comes to really, really good games, I'll get them for a computer.
yeah. The only reason unless they come out with a new Metal Gear franchise, which they're not for like a Sony console, I'll probably go Xbox. I mean,
What about Raiden?
Raiden, they can go shove
Ryzen.
Raiden up their ass because
No, what's it called now?
Revengeance or
Rising,
Revengeance? Yeah.
Yeah, Revengeance.
And now it's just like
That was
some
it.
like Japanese anime running up doing fucking 40 backflips, and it's like
Tekken with a
yo, what's
sword.
up? Not even
I'm way
Tekken,
into
dude. It's
that.
ridiculous.
I'm way
Oh,
into that.
they ruined it. And it's,
Yeah,
Whatever.
pretty bad.
Raiden is a stupid fucking character anyway. Like whatever. They made him more stupid. Go for it.
Zoidberg said he's gonna get the next Game Boy for Pokemon.
Clearly.
Don't
Yeah.
we all? Don't we all?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, for me, I mean, I like midway through this generation, I would told you that I would be forever Xbox fanboy because of the fact that they've done such a great job in actually getting games on their platform, in comparison to PS3 in terms of third-party exclusives and all that stuff. So, in that way, I would have probably been a total Xbox fanboy because I bought a PS3. I bought a PS3 for specifically Metal Gear Solid 4. That's like the only reason why I bought a PS3. If that didn't come out on the PS3, then I probably would have never purchased one. So, but beyond that, I mean, for me, like now with the way that Xbox Live is going and the fact that they're continuously making more and more ads on that platform to make it entirely unusable, I don't know. Like maybe I might rethink it.
Can
I
you
don't
cover
know.
that? Hold on. Can you, before we go further about you buying Xbox only, can you do me a favor and cover what Zoidberg did just say in chat? Says the guy that broke a record for breaking Xbox.
That's true. Yes. So I broke was it 13 Xbox 360s in total. Apparently,
How?
they broke on me.
What?
I don't know if you guys remember this story. If you look up Justin Lowe and then Xbox, you'll
CDs
find it.
look a lot like baloney discs.
Yeah, and basically the fact that like my consoles broke on me consistently, like every other week after launch, until they finally got me a non-refurb unit. So they kept sending me back a bunch of broken consoles. Basically, is what ended up happening. Each one of them had different issues and different problems, and
And
they never
think
really.
back on that period, period after the Xbox 360 launch. That's crazy. It is crazy how many of those fucking things broke.
Yeah,
Like it's kind of been fine now for the past couple of years, but man, that was insane.
yeah.
Those consoles broke a lot.
I still had the NeoGAF image and title that they gave to me. Things break, which they gave to me
Wow,
based on the story.
meanwhile,
So yeah.
On my end, I've had a PS3 since it first came out, and I haven't had any problems with it.
me too.
Yeah, and that's the
The
thing.
only
Like
thing
I
I'm still waiting
apart
for
from
is
the
Final
total lack of
Fantasy
games,
VII
right?
to still
Apart from
come
that
out on
problem.
PS3.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. For me, I still have my PS3, and that was from launch pretty much. So
I still have my launch PS3. It's loud as fuck now, but it's still there.
still got that 60
Yeah.
gigs PS3 too.
60,
60,
So.
yeah, 60 gig hard
The
drive.
60
It can't
gig
do
big
box.
anything.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean it's great because I can still play all the old PS2 games. Like
I
it
was
still
gonna
has.
say, it's
Yeah.
still
The-
reverse compatible.
The European PS3s, even the launch 60 gig ones, which I have, they didn't have that hardware PS2 compatibility. They only had the software compatibility, which sucks.
Yeah, that's awful.
Yeah,
That's
I'm watching the podcast and I'm still scratching my eye. My eye itching really bad.
so-
I think it's interesting though, especially you're talking about Xbox Live, and I think recently PlayStation Plus has really just showed you what a shit deal Xbox Live is.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Like-
and that's the biggest problem. I mean, just like it seems like Sony, at least right now, is consistently giving you a better deal for their stuff. But then again,
Oh,
they had
totally.
to catch up. They had to catch up, like because there was a very long time where the Xbox was just outperforming them. So much.
There was a period of time when if anybody asked me, went like, what platform are you going to get this multi-platform game on? I'd be like, Xbox for sure, and it still probably is. But right, like it's really hit a point where like I got a free code for PSN because one of my mates went to E3, he has PSN Plus, and I was like, get me that code from the press conference, give it to me. So I've been trying out all this stuff, and it's like I put it in and I downloaded Little Big Planet 2, like Renegade Ops, like it was like 5 free games, Darksiders, Dead Space 2 was a recent one. It's like this is kind of insane. And why am I paying for Xbox Live?
Because sorry, go ahead. I know what you're talking about. Where every time you turn around, PSN is giving you a free game, a free game, a free game. And Sonata
Totally.
in the chat said PlayStation Plus has to be the better deal because PSN is free, and why would anyone pay for it? There's no way PS4 will not have a free online. I agree with that. PS4 is going to have a free online, and PS Plus is still going to be there because they still offer the betas, and generally you get a lot of free games to play.
Oh,
Yeah.
totally.
Yeah, and I'll be.
The only problem I have with PSN Plus at the moment is there's a big discrepancy in what they're offering to North America and what they're offering to Europe. So a lot of the times you'll see the big stories of, I think there was one in the past week, like people on PSN Plus, they get the Walking Dead, the new episodic game, episodes 1 and 2 for free, and that is nowhere to be seen on PlayStation in Europe. The only thing I've seen since E3 is Dead Space 2, actually. I think that's the only thing they've added. So that's a bummer, but it's still better than Xbox Live.
Yeah, and again, I mean, the problem I have, at least currently, and I hope it gets addressed, hopefully for the next Xbox. But as I said, like, everything is everywhere on the Xbox, and they just put shit wherever they want to, and, like, they put a bunch of ads in as well, to the point where it's nearly unusable. When I need to go out there and find, like, an indie game or an Xbox Live game, I have to, like, go through, like, 15 different hurdles in order to find that something is on, like, the Xbox Live Arcade or, in there. Like,
they add the shit out of Xbox.
Yeah,
even it's a paid subscription. You guys get ads out the ass.
Yes, this is.
I honestly didn't know that. I'm saying that as a surprise.
This is the problem. Like, that's exactly the issue. Is that, like, I'm paying for a service. I expect that it's going to be ad free for the most part, or at the very least, it's going to have.
It's not as ad packed as people make out to be. If you actually go take a look at those ads, a lot of them are like stuff. They're ads for other Microsoft products, which isn't the same as paid advertising. There's only typically like one paid ad on there. Like, I agree, you're paying a subscription already. Ads is it sucks, but it doesn't really bother me that much. I hear people complaining about the new dashboard, and I get it. Like, I don't really have a problem with it, but I can see why people would.
I mean, I guess my biggest problem is not necessarily that the fact that there are ads on it, so much as the fact that, like, everything is just not well put together anymore, because they don't really know what to do with the console anymore.
What I find the most weird is how games is like the third tab along from the home bit.
Yeah.
That blows my mind. It's like home, moves, friends, movies and TV, games. It's like, wait, is this not an Xbox?
Yeah.
Oh, this thing can play games? Wow!
Yeah. It's weird.
At this point, I really can't see myself buying a 360 until, because I'm just going to be waiting for the new consoles. Except, I really want to play Trials Evolution, and I'm coming really close.
I'm not the only person.
to Trials Evolution is
amazing.
amazing.
Just
to play that.
That's the only reason
I love Trials.
I
can't stop watching
like
Let's Plays of that, like Rooster Teeth and Mike B. I can't stop watching that stuff.
Yeah, Trials Evolution is awesome.
But if you look up, there is actually a Trials 2 HD that is for the computer that looks like 100 times better, and it is for the computer, but I don't think it has as many updates as Trials Evolution does.
Yeah, plus not that whole community around it as well of modders and stuff.
That user created content for Trials Evolution is really, really well done.
Yeah.
Really,
Somebody
really
made QWOP in Trials.
Yeah. They also made Marvel Madness as well.
Machine.
They did a Marvel Madness remake on it too. So, anyways, I mean, we kind of gotten way far away from our original topic, but yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see new consoles.
We're allowed to, though. That's the thing.
I think
Orbis and Durango, is that?
Orbis and Durango, yeah.
Durango.
Yeah, Durango. So
I want a Durango.
Yeah, I'm excited to see the new consoles, because at this point right now, I feel like the old consoles that we currently have are kind of dead already for me. Like, I'm excited. I want to see something new at this point.
I don't know if they're dead. Like, I just don't know what I want from a new console. That's my thing. Like, better graphics, I guess. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It surprised me. I really don't know necessarily what they're going to come out at next E3, assuming this is next E3, and they'd be like, new consoles, yo. I don't know what they're going to do. That's going to make me go like, oh man, I have to go buy that. I will buy it regardless, because I'm an idiot, but like, I still want to be excited for it.
Yeah, there's definitely one thing I won't be buying any new consoles for is like the Kinect and the 3D. Like, I don't want any of that in a console, and I don't want to have to pay extra for it.
I'm glad 3D
Move shit needs to go away.
Oh, whatever. The Move is totally fine. The Move does what it needs to do.
You get a little like.
I'm glad 3D basically died a death already. Like, I'm glad that.
Fat ass, jump up and play some more. It's still not working because I'm sitting my fat ass on the chair and I'll move barely.
Like.
I mean, I'm not. I think that stuff is fine, but it has to be used right, and it rarely is used right. They're trying to shoehorn it into other stuff, and it's like, do you know what's the PS3 Wii Sports? It's Sports Champions, Move Champions, Sony Champions.
I think
something
Champions called it
Champions.
the Wii Gym.
That'd be pretty good.
I'm tired of seeing commercials of like 20-year-old women doing yoga every 5 minutes
But
for
they
a game
love
console.
it. They love yoga.
Why do
and
they love
pay
doing
to
yoga
do it.
so much? I don't
Because
it
the
makes them
commercial
feel
tells
alive.
you that they do.
Oh.
Yep. Yeah.
So if I want to get women, I should buy that and play
It's
their
what
their
it's
yoga.
what it's telling you. It's like if you're a gamer, get a Wii.
Right.
Like if you want to get laid at the same time. So there you go.
That would definitely work.
Totally.
we
Yeah.
we should all start doing yoga. Just start live
Yeah,
streaming
just-
some yoga.
Just
It'd be
do
good.
yoga.
Hey, I don't know
yoga.
if you can
So
tell by my slim physique, but I'm way into yoga. I'm yogaing right now. I've been yogaing this entire time. So
awesome.
think about that.
Awesome.
I
So
love yogurt.
yeah.
What?
So suggestions for streaming other games. We're always looking for suggestions here at the Live Pixel for new games. So if you guys have any games, feel free to let us know about some games that you think you enjoy, and then maybe you want to see on us play on the
I really
podcast.
like
Ernie.
the Matrix Online.
I can't play that anymore.
There's an
Pull up
emulator.
Tabula
There's an
Rasa.
emulator that
Try
works.
playing
Let's
that.
go. Let's do it.
Wait, before we
SWGE,
completely stray from the topic of consoles, have you guys been keeping track of the Ouya and the
I'm a
Oculus
backer
Rift?
of the Ouya.
Yeah,
You're a backer.
a back.
I'm
Yeah,
back-
on
I'm
Kickstarter.
fully
He
behind the
backs it.
Ouya.
How much did you pledge?
I pledged the amount that would get me the limited edition Ouya, the brushed brown steel special version.
Is that like the 140?
160, 100
Good.
something like that.
140. Wow.
That's
How much
crazy.
have you
So-
pledged?
The Ouya is, or has anyone else pledged anything?
No,
Or was it just-
I think that I'm not going to say anything about it, but I no.
You
I
know,
wanna make- Guys, I
I'm
wanna
I think
make
it's
my
the
pledge to
Phantom.
my
My
very-
TeamSpeak
I-
payment, assholes.
I think it's the Phantom personally. I don't really.
No. I want to make my position very clear on this. Very clear. I am backing it from a purely technical standpoint. At the very least, if all else fails, I'm going to get a cheap, powerful XBMC box so I can run another media center in my home. I think the way they're advertising it is bullshit. Saying every game is free to play is not true. I don't think Android is a particularly great gaming system to begin with the fragmentation that's in that market. I don't necessarily think it's going to succeed, but as a technical piece of hardware, it's not bad. It's quite nice.
So you want another
I want
XBMC?
the
Like
hardware, 'cause
why do you need
someone will do
another?
something cool with that?
I think we're
if
at a
it's
point right
really-
now. Why do we need another XBMC? Like
We don't. XBMC is great. I just want another box.
What's XBMC stand for?
We already
for
have-
those of us not following the whole lingo of abbreviations.
Xbox
Yeah,
Media
like
Center.
Dump said in chat, I'm buying it just for hacking. Someone will do something cool with that box. If it isn't the Ouya people, someone will do it.
It's just an Android device. Like you do the same thing with it's just like an Android.
Yeah, apart from the fact that phones don't have HDMI out, and if they do, they're fucking shit.
I like Dump Off's goal for the whole system. I'm just buying it for hacking.
Yep.
Yeah, totally.
All right.
Homebrew people will do something with that because enough money is being put behind it now that enough people will have it that it makes sense to get behind it in a homebrew hacking way.
I'm dumping my money behind your crap hardware that probably won't work just for a free trip.
That's great. That's awesome. But
I know Sato's a huge backer of the Oculus Rift
No.
virtual reality.
no.
We're in the future. We're diving into the
We're
Matrix,
in the
guys.
future.
I see.
In the future.
Wait, are you telling me this will get me closer to the Matrix?
Yeah, I mean, I'm
I
pretty
mean-
sure it was
Actually,
developed
take you
by
wherever
Keanu
you want. It's
Reeves.
virtual reality. Whatever you want, baby, it'll be in
Awesome.
Wait, now this is like Total Recall.
there. Like I
Yeah.
said,
Stop mixing
anything can be in there for you.
mythologies.
Oh, someone
I'm-
saw today in the new Total Recall movie. You know, Obama is on their money.
No, I
I
didn't
don't-
know that.
And we'll go ahead and move on to
That's-
that
So
point.
political discussions.
I
So
don't
we.
care about your stupid US politics and how stupid they are.
We had to put politics into the podcast. I mean, come on.
No.
Okay,
Sorry,
so
it's so
we hope you guys enjoyed this first podcast. We'll be here back next week, so we hope you guys join us back next Saturday, same time, same bat channel to watch us pontificate. Later.
Wait,
Bye.
how about we plug a little bit,
Yeah.
where you can send our questions, where you can send our suggestions.
All right. So questions at thelivepixel.com is where you send questions for the week. So if you want to send us questions and you want to see them on air, feel free to send them there at questions at thelivepixel.com as
And
well.
we will more than likely probably set up something for suggestions at thelivepixel.com.
Hold
So-
on, I have a quick question
Sure.
over here. That at M Pascal thing under my name, is that meant to be my Twitter handle?
Yes.
That's totally wrong.
Okay. So what is it?
It's Matt Pascal, but added a. Do it now, quick.
All All right, what is it? Matt?
Matt Pascal. Just ATT after the M.
Let's see
Oh,
if it
damn
changes.
it.
Hold on,
Super
can
was-
everybody look close to the camera and
All
make
right.
sure it changes? Oh, there
I'm
it is!
I'm looking.
Oh,
Why-
Oh!
There we go. You know what's the best part? It's not changed on this screen.
God damn it.
Wow.
And then there was awkward silence. Anyhow,
There we go.
thank you guys for watching us. Make sure you guys visit us at thelivepixel.com. Please make sure that you follow us if you haven't yet. Do we want to do Twitter plugs for personal accounts, or?
We already have them here. They're displayed.
Yeah, I guess-
Oh, that's
They've been
right.
underneath
Oh, that's
the
right. It's
thing
underneath
they
your
turn.
name. Sorry.
So-
I think
Hey,
we
in case you
just
didn't
covered
look
that.
at the screen, the
In case you
entire
didn't look,
podcast.
underneath somebody's name, that actually happens to be their Twitter name.
Bye-bye,
So
everybody.
Please make sure.
Bye bye.
Thanks
Bye-bye.
for watching, guys.
Bye bye.